Hello everyone. So up until now what we have done here is we have created this fetching action, and yeah, let's just also look at the original website. Okay, so yeah, we have this fetching, and yeah, if I click on this, it should fetch another request. It's to do another request. Okay, so yeah, conditional fetching is something that we will do today, and the another one is this blur component that we don't have it. Okay, we'll also look at that, and we'll look about pure components as well. Okay, and yeah, so let's see how we can do that as well. Okay, so you see right now we have this whenever I fetch it, whenever I click here. Okay, so let's just reload this. Okay, whenever I click here, I see I get this only inside this this one, right? Only the scope is only here, and we cannot actually send it to the movie list to say what we should fetch. Okay, so what we will do is also you see that inside our switch, I mean inside our section here, you see that this uh, here these two, the switch and the movie list that we receive are kind of a sibling component rather than some direct parent to child component, so we don't really have any way of accessing values, exchanging values between these two components, right? So one thing we can do is we can actually use something called, I'll just write it here, some package called event emitter to actually create an event based on that. And another option to exchange value is to have a context API. It is the React. So this is actually a third party. I'll just write in third party. Okay, the package. And another one, the context API, is the React inbuilt one. Okay, so other option is to use Redux or Redux toolkit. Okay, so this, or maybe some other state management library. Okay, state management. Okay, so basically these are the three things that generally we can use, and we will look at these things if there is a need to, but for now we will stick to the basics. Okay, we'll just stick to the concept of lifting state up. That means we are gonna, rather than having state here, you know, like those things, we'll lift this state to a component high, so a higher component. So let's say, and the switch here, we will preserve the toggle state inside why not, let's state preserve this inside the app. Okay, so here let's do that. Okay, sorry, I don't need to cut it. So here let's do that. So I'll create a state here. I'll say section toggle. Okay, so for every section toggle I'll just create this state here, and let's just give this name here. Name doesn't really matter. So state, you just, so I'll auto import it. Okay, yeah, I will create this as an object. Let's say first section should have by default it's on TB, right? So this one, I'll just show you what I'm doing is here inside this. Yeah, so this is the section here. It has on TV by default, and this section here it has, yeah, so this total 3 sections here. I'll just make 3 sections here, second as well. So TV and third is probably today, right? Something like that. Yeah, I'll just preserve this here, and yeah, now I will also send a prop here. This here, it's, let's say, is toggled here. I'll send prop here. Now I will send it. What I will send is if, okay, so if section toggle that first, because this is the first section, right, is equal to on TV or something like that, I'll just send false because it's not toggled at this point. And if it's not on TV, and then okay, so it's not a string, but it should be a boolean. Okay, true. So basically I'm sending either true or false in its toggled state. Okay, so here now, since we are sending it like this, and now we have to receive here as well. So yeah, we can actually receive it because inside this the section here we have actually this prop on the switch. Okay, so we can actually receive it here. on where is my switch. Yes, this is the switch. Let's just see that its toggled state is toggled here. Okay, so that would give me here. So basically I don't need this toggle state now because this is now a prop here. I will have this state as a prop, and yeah, so for now let's not, because I don't need to set the state now. So I get this toggle state true or false. Now rather than getting that, I'll just directly get the item. Okay, items 0 or items 1, so that instead of getting true or false, now I actually directly get the item here. So let's just say I can say whatever the name, select an item. Okay, and I'm doing the toggle. So this function now that we are calling it here, we should only call when the on click event occurs. Okay, so that means on click. Okay, sorry, I mean on toggle. This is the also the function. This is also the function that we are sending. So now we can actually directly call this with a selected item, right? So this will actually give me the selected item. So inside the app now we can actually get the selected value or item, right? This is the same thing. So if I go on my app now, if I look at, nothing happens because the initial it's already on TV. So on it's only so when I click on in theaters after I start clicking. Okay, so only because this function itself inside a switch is only called on the click event, so it should only show that there. So let's just try to click it. Yeah, this is where this works. So if I click it on TV, it works as well. On theater, it works. Yeah, this is totally fine. It is working. But yeah, you see that there. Okay, so another one is here that okay, so this is working, and now what we're going to do is this toggle state, this one is not working, right? When true or false. So if this is, let me see if this is true or false. Console log, it should work as well. If I see this is false, if I click on it, yeah, this is actually okay. This is actually not receiving true here, and the component is actually not loading. Well, this is always false, it says. So if I go app says here, so it's on TV. Yeah, okay, that does make sense because the state here is we never change the state. We need to change the state. Okay, so now we can actually get the selected value here, and we need to change the state. Okay, so that was the problem here, and I then need the console here. Okay, so we will change the state. So I'll just set section state, set section state. Okay, so another thing is I'll also pass in the value here, that bind not, because to make sure which section is it, we need to know which section is it. So this is the string, this is the first section. Okay, so yeah, now because right now we only have one section, so this might have worked, but I don't but if we create another section, we want to make sure that which section we are actually as this setting the state for, right? So that's why I said now to grab that, so we need to pass a first argument as which section is it. Okay, and the second one would be from the other one, from the switch component. Okay, so set section toggle, right, this one. So I'll just grab the previous state. Okay, yeah, I'll return an object, and this previous state should be, I'm not gonna touch this previous state. I'm focused on the state that I am. So this is an object property, so I cannot directly say first, okay, or second, something like that, because this I can actually directly say section here, and section and the selected value, right? This will not work because this would create a section property inside the section state. So I need to keep this bracket, okay, so that we are actually saying this property is dynamic. So always use big bracket to make sure that the property is dynamic. Okay, so yeah, this is just JavaScript concept. Okay, so now let's also console here, and let's just see section talk whether it works or not. So now on my React, okay, this is fine, so it's on TV. Okay, so if I click on it, see the other one is not affected, only this one is affected, and there's, yeah, switch component itself also changes. Okay, so yeah, everything is fine, you see. Okay, so same thing if we create other sections as well. We don't want the previous sections to get affected, so that's why we did the spread operator here. Okay, so yeah, if we are just returning an object, I can directly return here as well. Let's just, not, we don't have to pass, this is an object, right? Okay, my bad. Yeah, I don't need this. Okay, so but this is an object, so we need to wrap it around yeah, this one. So a little bit lesser code, I guess. Why not? Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, so yeah, now it's done. So to fetch, now the actual fetching action is not done here. So but this app has this now state, right? We can actually, you can pass what to fetch. We can actually say what to fetch. Fetch is equal to what means. So this is the section first, so we can section toggle that first, right? This is what we can do, because this is the first section, right? So yeah, what to fetch should be this. So inside the movie list, okay, so let's just look at all the requests that we want to fetch. So we create request.js here, and I'll just create some kind of object, I guess, request object, I don't know, maybe request object here. So for on TV, but the property would be same, but we have two on TV, right? But whatever, you know, like, let's just create this for now, and we will just refactor it later if needed. /tv/popular, this is the request that we want. And for the in theaters, for now we only have this much in theaters. I would want the another request, so inside the docs it's just movie / popular. Okay, so you can look in the docs as well. So let's hit the request. So instead of /tv, I'll just do /movie. Yeah, we want this. Okay, now so to fetch this conditionally inside the movie list here, I will just, so why am I using this? Okay, yeah, so here it is receiving some kind of props. So now this is the fetch. So let's try to also look at the concept of the component did update. Okay, so what to do when some props changes. So we need to, if we want to do some sort of actions based on based on the prop change. Okay, so for now we have learned that use effect will only run once, so this fetching action will only be done at first. So let's see here. I'll just import the request that we have created. Import only request, right, from API request. And so yeah, so this fetch, just send this request object, and this should be the fetch, right, because this is the value that we will receive. Okay, so basically let's just look at it if this works or not. So you see this is working. So now for on theaters, you see this is working, and this component, we know that this will component will actually re-render if the prop changes, right? So we are actually changing the prop. If we are doing this, then we are actually changing the prop, because now we can actually see if this is rendered or not. Console.log movie list component. So if I see, you see there's a movie list component. If I load it here, this is a movie list component. So if I click on hit movie list component, because the prop is changed now, right? See the component is re-rendering, but the thing is this will only run once, right? That means fetching action itself is not uh, is not uh, occurring on every render. So to do that, we need to pass the dependency. So on every fetch change, we want this fetching action to be done. So this is basically doing component did mount. Okay, so a component did update. So initially it was component did mount, okay, which is the component lifecycle methods in the class-based component. So basically we are saying that every time the fetch component changes, we want this to be run. This will run initially as well, and on fetch as well. Okay, so if I click it, so now if I click it, okay, so wait, now, yeah, so now actually we can see the changes here, right? Yeah, so we are actually, you know, doing it. I think, yeah, this is fine, and I think I will do it this much for now, and maybe we will look at the pure component in the next video. Okay, so yeah, I'll just quickly make the next video as well. So yeah, for now we have the conditional rendering. Okay, but yeah, let's fix one thing as well. We are not receiving the name and the date here. Name and the date that we should receive here. So yeah, it's the title and the release date. Okay, so we are not using that. We are using, it's different for the TV here. So we are using name and the first air date, right? So we want the title as well, and also we want what do you call that, release date as well, release underscore date, something like that, right? So if you're not sure, you can simply copy this so that doesn't, you know, mess up. Yeah. Basically this is it. So if you don't have name, we can use the logical short circuiting. If you don't have name, then we can use title. Also, if you don't have first air date, then we can use that, right? Release date. Basically that's it, release date, and let's just look at it. Now we have it, you see. Yeah, very good. Now actually we are actually fetching this. Right, cool, right? And up, let's see how much we have. Yeah, now this is yeah, now we will use this blur effect as well in the next video, and some other details on UI as well. Okay, so for now we yeah, that's it.